Okay, today we are going to talk about isotopes. Now, isotopes are two atoms or more of the same element, so they have the same number of protons, but they have different masses, so the neutrons are different. And you've been doing those calculations for a couple of days. We're going to use a model for isotopes today. Little known fact, the penny is a wonderful model for isotopes. So in 1982, the United States government changed the formula for how they make a penny. Before 1982, it was made almost entirely of copper. After 1982, it was made with a zinc core. Now, I don't want you to think about that they're different elements. We're thinking of them both as pennies. So in that sense, it's like two atoms of the same thing. But they are different in mass. So if I take this penny, which has a date of 1998, if I take a new penny, one that was minted after 1982, and I find its mass, it has a mass of 2. Now, unfortunately, my kitchen scale doesn't give me any decimal places, but we'll go with it has a mass of 2. Now, if I then take an old penny, this one was minted in 1969. Okay, so this penny may or may not be older than I am, and I find its mass, it has a mass of 3. So because they have different masses, but they're both pennies, I can use this as a good model for isotopes. Okay, now, here's the tough part. I have a sealed envelope. In this envelope, there are a total of 15 pennies, but I'm not telling you how many of those are old and how many of those are new pennies. Your job is to figure that out. Now, if I put this on the balance, I get a mass of 47 for my total. Now, that's not just the total of the pennies, that's the pennies with the envelope. So, I will now take a plain envelope that is empty and mass that, and that has a mass of 6 grams. So, here's your challenge. A little bit of algebra today for your model of isotopes. I would like to know in my envelope how many of my pennies are old, minted before 1982, and how many of them are new, minted after 1982. Knowing the mass of the envelope, the mass of the total, and the mass of an old and a new, here's my biggest hint to you. You should be able to set up a system of 2 equations and 2 unknowns and solve for the number of each type of pennies. Think about how this has to do with isotopes while you're doing it. Good luck.